Good evening, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
How are you doing today? Got Hoppy with me again, right here on Wednesday evening. You're listening to Isshinryu today or watching Isshinryu today, and we're going to be talking about some of the fundamentals of the Isshinryu self-defense. I think this is part 5. We got Hopkins on here. So I wanted to touch base on a couple of things that we were talking about last week when we were doing the show. And some of the questions that were asked were, and excuse me, it's cold in here, and I got a cough or something, but anyway.
Try this out, yeah.
Yeah. But we're talking about some of the stances we were using in some of the self-defense situations. So I want to go over that. And if you look, me and Hoppy has set up some things, some bricks this evening that will kind of explain some of the stances that we're working on and why we do them that way. So thank you for tuning in Wednesday evening.
Absolutely.
I want to give a few shout outs this evening like we always do on the show. We have a saying on the program that says we must always remember where we come from in order to know where we're going. And that serves true in today's society.
Absolutely.
In every society. We want to remember, protect, and preserve our lineage and heritage in which we come from. That's very important. It's also important to understand the culture and what Tatsuo Shimabuku, he wanted to share his culture. That was his biggest preservation. What do you think?
Absolutely. I agree. 100%. And a great culture it is. I mean, that's what one of the sort of passion that we got for it.
Yeah.
You know?
And, understanding that and putting that into your training, me and Hopkins was talking about a few things before, we got everything set up, the camera and everything lined up the way we wanted it. We were talking about how we need to see a lot more of the fundamentals in our fighting, when we're kumiteing or whatever,
Absolutely.
or when you're matching or whatever, as Harold Long would say.
Yeah.
We're going to match. So, but when you're doing matching. So using that, you need to see a lot of your katas when you do that. I think it's going to enhance your capabilities and your abilities to understand the culture of Okinawa.
Right.
And so,
if you remember when I started out, I mean, I was naturally good at kumite, but definitely doing your katas and putting your katas in there definitely enhances your performance a lot more.
So let's get on with the show. We're going we're just chit chatting right now and just talking to everybody. We're glad to see everybody. We're getting geared up, man. We got the Circle of Masters coming up this weekend, guys.
Absolutely.
I'm telling you. Now,
it's gonna be a big time weekend for knowledge.
I'm telling you,
You don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss it.
Man, we got a lineup that's just stacked, just a stacked lineup. So it's gonna be
even the stack on the other stack is pretty stacked up.
It's stacked up to the top of the boardwalk.
Yeah, so it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome.
I'm telling you, man. We
got forward to it.
Scott Chamblin. I mean, some of you people has never seen Scott move or operate or anything. You see him, as a judge or anything like that. Wait till you see this guy, man. I'm telling you, the knowledge that he has.
Yeah.
And if you look at a martial artist, he is a rounded martial artist in all categories.
Right.
Kata, weapons, kumite, posture, professionalism. This guy is a legend that you just want to mold yourself after. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
And he sets that example everywhere he goes.
And that's how it should be anyway. That's what we're trying to do anyway.
Yeah. And he's humble. He's kind. So if you ever want to be like anybody, that's who you want to be like.
Yeah.
I mean, because he's the real deal.
Yeah, and we try to instill a lot of that into our students.
And the lineup follows suit with that. Right. Ronnie Cimarosi.
Yeah.
What an awesome guy. I mean, this guy.
I haven't had a chance to meet him yet, but I talked to him.
Oh my goodness.
And, he's a swell guy.
He's a great guy.
Yeah.
Loves the Lord. He's a good Christian guy. Look, this guy really trains. I mean, he trains like you and I did. He gets out there, he bangs hard. You're going to see some close-in fighting, guys. This is real deal fighting that you're going to learn and how to protect yourself against that and put yourself in the right position, okay? This is going to be something you do not want to miss.
It's going to be an awesome weekend. Hunchy Little's going to be teaching.
And then Darren Whitehead, another banger, another hardcore fighter. I mean, these guys are. I'm not talking about just fighting inside a dojo. I'm talking outside.
Yeah, talking about self-defense-wise, guys, which is what Isshinryu or any martial art coach
man,
for.
These guys are true blue genuine
And I'm telling you,
Isshinryu practitioner fighters
these guys
and
have
hardcore.
got to put their time in, definitely.
And-
Got a lot of knowledge to share.
And you can't register online anymore, but you still can get the T-shirts and get the books and stuff like it. Remember I said the orange book? It's actually on there.
Absolutely.
If you go to usikaevents.com and just click on the link, then you can go down through there and you can order the T-shirts and wait till you see the back of the T-shirt. I can't spoil the surprise. I promised Sensei I wouldn't, but it's going to be
Awesome.
awesome.
I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it.
The front's already awesome. Okay.
Right.
But the back this year is a surprise,
Oh,
and I'm not going to spoil it for nobody.
Oh,
I'm sworn to secrecy, Sensei. I'm
that's all right.
keeping my word.
That's all right.
But I'm chewing the nails to tell somebody, but I can't. So I promised my Sensei.
Guys, if you buy that orange book, it's something you like following what I do. I like to take my book with me when I go to places like this because, getting guys together that's got that kind of knowledge on a panel like that, it's rare to come across, man. I want to try to get them all to sign my book and stuff. It's something I've always done that I enjoy. I like to have a bit of history with my book,
Yeah. Well,
you know.
and it's what we go by here on the program. So sometimes we'll do a information study here on the program, and we'll open up the book and get into
use a referral. Yeah.
get it. Just you can
Reference
follow
log.
along. So if you have one, so if you don't know where to get those, you can contact Hanchi Phil Little. He has those for sale.
Yep.
And he will even autograph it for you. So, but let's give our shout out. Our first shout out tonight goes to Tatsuo Shimabuku, the founder of our system in the Isshinryu system. We thank you, Tatsuo Shimabuku, for sharing your dream with us, and not only your dream, your culture. And I know some of you have asked about where has Miss Becca been. She is right here, and she's monitoring. Hey, there's her.
Hey, Miss Becca.
So she is kind of monitoring our comments for us this evening. There she is, and like that sweatshirt, that North Carolina sweatshirt. She wore that just to make
It's cold in here.
she wore that to highlight Dennis Watt is a Duke fan, and she did it to just highlight his day. Yeah, oh yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
you
but
can't mix my
we're
day.
converting him, and we're working on Sensei Watts, and we're gonna get his heart right. And he's if he goes this weekend, he'll get to meet Jesus, Jimenez, and so once he gets Jesus and he gets his heart right, he'll be a Carolina fan. So anyway, hopefully we can convert him. So Dennis, if you're listening, how's
I'm an
back to
Irish
you,
fan,
man.
so
Dennis, if you're listening, I got a Duke polo shirt in my shop.
No, she does not. That's not allowed to be in there. But anyway, first shout out is Tatsuo Shimabuku. Our second shout out tonight goes to our first generation students. We want to thank them for taking the time. Number one, today is a sad day in America because it is 9/11, and we must never forget that.
Right.
And we must never forget the people
we lost that day.
that we lost that day, and the people like our first generation students that went over and fought for our country because of things like this.
Absolutely.
And then this happens on our own soil.
Absolutely.
This is a sad day in America,
Absolutely.
9/11 in 2001. And I'm telling you, we must never, ever forget that. We must never forget that. And pray for our country, guys. If you pray for our country. We need a blessing from God.
We're heading in the wrong direction, guys.
We are.
This whole
We
world
are.
is. It's bad, guys.
And if you don't train, get in there and train. Get you some kind of self-defense, because I
You
don't
need it.
Yeah, the way it's looking, we're going to need it. So anyway, let's get on with the program, guys. I hope you enjoy it. Our third shout out tonight goes to the second generation students, which my sensei was a part of. He trained under Harold Long. These guys are the ones that really spread Isshinryu through the United States and world abroad. Got Hanchi Albert Matey from Canada, and Jesus in Puerto Rico, Salil Narkani in India. I mean, you got people all over the world now that are, second generation students, and even third generation students. So
especially you guys too, man. I mean, y'all people. I told our students before, a lot of them don't realize what a gym we got in front of us, and I hate to see them, let Sensei go by and miss all his knowledge. This guy right here, something else, dude. You guys.
I had the best teacher in the world, so and I have to preserve that. I have to protect that. But more importantly, if you just realize what I said, I have to preserve it. I have to protect it. I have to remember where I come from, and I have to have that direction to know where I'm going. Now I have to pass it on, and I have
And
to
he's done
preserve
a
it. and
heck of
pass
a
it.
job at it.
And
guys.
and that's what I want to continue to do for the rest of my life. And I'm not looking to make money. I'm looking to make a difference. Okay.
Absolutely.
My sensei's got a saying, and this should be on a T-shirt somewhere. This is something he says all the time, and it should be on a T-shirt somewhere. So if you're listening to the show and you want to make him a T-shirt, he would be happy to have this saying on there. Minimum effort, maximum result. That is what we've got to have. Minimum effort when it comes to self-defense, but you got to have the minimum effort, but maximum results. So that way you conserve your energy. We're going to show you a little bit today. Some of the moves that I do in the self-defense is a little fast, and sometimes it blurs on the camera, and I have to rewatch it over and over and over again. So I'm going to kind of slow it down a little bit, and let you understand how I got to the place that I got was training with different tools, maybe outside the box a little bit, but understanding what the tools that we're using is doing for you. Okay. Number one, everything that you do, and we did this on the first show, everything that you do must follow the 8 codes of the Kempo Goku.
Absolutely.
Every move that you do, it's got to have a proper breathing. You got to have proper balance. You got to have the proper stance. You got to be balanced. You got to be able to change directions anytime. You got to
Looking before you turn.
look before you turn. You got to hear things. You got to recognize things, and you got to stay focused, and you got to put yourself in the safest position.
Absolutely.
Sometimes you got to do that hard, and sometimes you got to do it soft. That relates to, in my opinion, breathing. So you got to understand how to control your inner self too, which is the Sanshin part. And that's a lot to do in a matter of that. And so these type of tools breaks it down in different stages so that you climb that ladder, so that once you get up here, you got all the steps that you need. Now you put it into practical application, which is what we're kind of doing here. Okay. So understanding the Isshinryu program, Hoppy brought a good point. When we was just in here and we was just playing around, and we were talking about, you see behind us, the boards on the wall, the targets and stuff. Well, that's what he does. He's an expert, so he teaches you how to throw the axes. Okay, and we are at the axe hole, which is a place where they throw axes. They have cornhole. We have a skating ring. Skating ring's where we teach our karate school out of. But on the weekends, sometimes I'll work security over here at this side, and Hoppy does the axe throwing, teaching how to throw axes. So I told him one of these shows we're going to have him highlight his debut. He's the only guy I've ever seen. Now this guys, this is amazing. He's the only guy that I've ever seen, and he knows what I'm going to say. He's the only guy that I've ever seen that can take the axe and stick the handle in the board.
Twice in a row.
He throws the axe, it spins, and the handle sticks in the board. He's throwing it that hard. So anyway, guys, I want you to cut your comments on so that I can see that you've commented. Here we go. I think I got it on.
I still can't read these glasses. I had
Comments. I've got one.
I'm gonna get LASIK surgery one day, so I gotta keep wearing these things.
Hi from Holden Beach, Kia.
Hey,
we
guys.
were just talking about you
go.
guys. Look, this will help you guys. So if you have some of these tools in your yard or something like that, these are the fundamentals of Isshinryu self-defense. Now, we went through them really quick, and we didn't get through all of them. We just touched base on different things that you could do. But we're going to get up and get busy and show you guys some of the main things. Love you, Will. Thanks for tuning in.
Hey, guys.
I don't know where Sensei Dennis is, but tell him I said hello, and that we can't wait to see him on the show, and we can't wait to see you guys, because we're going to be coming down there in a couple of weeks to visit and do a workout with you guys. So I hope you make sure, Will, while I got you on here, make sure we're doing a kickathon. I want to announce our kickathon here at the Kia Dojo, and anybody can sponsor one of our students, but we're doing a kickathon. Make sure you get those sponsors in there. Anything that the Holden Beach Dojo raises at Holden Beach, that's their money. I want them to buy their goods. I want to buy them the gis. I want to buy their workout gear, the smart equipment, whatever you need to use that money for. That is y'all's money to use. It's not mine. It's yours. You worked for it. You earned it, and nothing is given in the dojo. So let's get up and get started. Do you have an announcement?
May I say something?
You may say something real quick.
I would just like to say that I'm excited for this the kickathon that is coming up, and we try to do it every year. So Maria's Gift Haven, which is my shop that I have located here in Lexington, North Carolina, it is already promised our number one Kia Dojo $50 donation for the kickathon. And also, Maria's Gift Haven is going to send $50 for the kickathon for our Holden Beach crew. So, because we love you guys, it's a good head start for in the right direction.
I hope they pay money for our
Can't
hair
get my
jobs. We get our hair done
brain
here.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I can't get my brain straight, but no,
Outstanding.
$50 is going to go to Holden Beach too for Maria's Gift Haven. So, come on, guys.
Outstanding.
Come
That's
on.
great. That's great.
I want
That's
to help
great.
get a jump start on that.
All right, so we're gonna get up and get started, you guys. So get plenty of time to get the workout in. You can replay these videos at any time because they are saved, and you can go back and play them. Or you gotta go to YouTube and click on play and subscribe and hit that like button.
We appreciate
That
you
helps us
following.
out and
Yeah.
lets us know.
Hope we can teach you something. And I'm grateful to have so many followers. That's awesome.
All right, let's get started.
Okay.
We're gonna move these benches and get started. But guys, listen, Circle of Masters this weekend. It starts at 9:00. Circle of Masters, Anderson YMCA, Reed Road. Be there. You don't want to miss it. I'm telling you. All right, let's get started. Some of the moves that we do in self-defense, some of the people were asking about stance. So we kind of got the camera, and I hope you can hear me. I may sound a little distant, but I think you can hear me. But some of the things that we done was working on, Sensei, how do you get in and out of your stances? Well, one thing is when he's throwing his punch, and we're just going to go back to the side block here, and I'm going to move to the outside. He's going to throw that same button. I'm going to move to the outside. When I do this, I yumiashi myself so that when he throws the punch, I can move. And I move out of the way. So my first thing is to position myself in the fight. When I'm here, boom, I want to move to a safe position in the fight that is engaged. Well, Sensei, could he come back with the other hand, or could he throw a spinning elbow? Well, that's where my hands come into play. That's where my hands are in this position. If he throws a spinning elbow, I got it here. If he throws the punch, boom, then I've got it here, and it opens me up for my punch. Well, how did I know to move that way, whether it be this way or whether it be this way? Either one of those is sufficient. It just depends. If he's throwing that punch and I want to move this way, that's going to take me to the outside. If he's throwing that punch and I want to move this way, that takes me to the inside. So either way is sufficient. It's just knowing how to put your feet. This is where this comes into play. Now we're working on Seisan stance, okay? So we place these bricks, and they're cinder blocks is all they are. There's nothing special about them. They're just cinder blocks. But when you get up on these cinder blocks, you want to line them up. And if you can see my feet, it's heel-toe posture. Heel-toe posture. Okay, so the heel and the toe is posture there, okay? Now, to do this move, you want to move from one cinder block to the other. So I'll move from one cinder block to the other. And then back is where I'm going to be. That's your Seisan stance. The cool part about this is staying balanced and learning your feet. When you do these, you want to, boom, get to where you can just do them, and you want to glide across this so that you don't have to pick it up, set it down, pick it up, set it down. You just glide. Boom. You just glide naturally.
Remember, Isshinryu is based off of natural body movements.
So it's a natural walking stance. Right. When we continue to walk off the brick, that's exactly what I would do. And, you know, it works both sides so that I can come back this way. Boom. And I'm left-handed, so that one's a little bit more smoother for me. You know what I'm saying? I can go down. I can stay focused. Okay. Right. So to give you an idea, I'm going to ask Brian to get on that one brick. And he's going to throw that punch again like he did. And that would be right here in my face. Okay? So all I do is I move to here. And you see it puts me on the outside edge. Okay? then that's the first movement is here. All right, so that's how you can train. I'm gonna ask him to shift back and forth, maybe perform the first couple moves of say something on the bricks. There you go. So, and that's what that fixes. So without the bricks, if he does say something, on the other side, and just do those same movements without the bricks, you'll see this is how this works. 1, 2. Okay, good. So that is the Seison stance, and that's a good way or a good tool that you can use. Number 1, it gets you up off the floor. Number 2, it makes you really focus on staying centered, makes you focus on your balance, okay? Person's balance is almost the same as a weight. You're going to fall off. That's okay. That's okay. Sensei said it was okay for you to fall off. Yeah, you're going to fall off. But by falling off, you're going to fix the problem. And the problem is making sure that your whole body is in balance in the right posture. If he tried to do that stance standing straight up, do not bend your legs. Stand straight up and try to do that. You know, when he transitions now from one to the other, he's going to get wobbled. So it's teaching him a couple of things. Number 1, he's getting solid ground. Number 2, he's having to lower his body posture, which is what he needs to do to be mobile anyway. So it's a good training tool. So I want to show you why the heel-toe posture is good, because from any angle that these bricks are set up, it allows me to turn. It allows me to turn. It allows me to turn. I can change my stance in 360 degrees, whichever way I need to go, and it gives me that Ayumiyashi, that C-step.
No, you got a triangle there anyway.
It's in a triangle.
You're working that triangle.
So the whole fight, I just did 360 degrees, moving all the way around this guy, keeping everything in the center. This pole is in the middle. It's there, straight in the middle, okay? So from this position, I want to use that as my basis. And I want to use that as my basis to transfer into your other stances and show you the importance of that, okay? So with the heel-toe posture, here, I'll start on this side so you can kind of see. With the heel-toe posture, here, when I transfer my stance from here to here and here to here, now it becomes Sojin stance. Did you see? Did you catch that? So if I go from Seison, and if I wanted to do it with just one step in, I would just transfer back and transfer right back out. It gives me my same posture.
I don't know if you work with my sensei or somebody like him, but they'll talk about triangles quite a few times.
So when you're changing your stance, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm in Sojin. If I want to just change it, I just change it. Sojin, heel-toe posture. My heels are at the edge of the brick. Okay? The same with, now I just turn my feet in.
We just watched this last night.
Okay? So now here's where it gets cool. This is where people, you can do 2 different types. You can do a cat stance or a T stance, whichever way you want to call it. But you can do 2 different styles of that. One can be an open stance to where I'm here. I'm here. I'm still heel-toe posture. You'll find this in something like Tento, where you're here. And it's balanced. You can kick, retract, and stay balanced. Set it down if you need to. Okay? The other one is step back in your Sojin stance, turn, you're here, and you can still stay balanced.
College too.
Okay? Using your T-stance or your radiation. So you can transfer your stances. Well, we're glad you are part of our family. You are a family. We're glad for you guys. So, using that, this is how you want to practice using your stances for your transition of your self-defense. So, if Hopkins is up there and he wanted to transfer into Soj, let's transfer into Soj and let's do our copy. 1, down, around. Okay, so there's a few moves there. So, let's say Hopkins wanted to do a move out of chart 2 using the blocks, okay? Let's say he wanted to do let's see, out of that, let's say he wanted to do a heel push kick toward me. He would just do his heel push kick, back down, and there. So it gives him something to pick up and stomp on and stay balanced and back down. So you can do your charts. You can do
that a
your
little bit
kicks.
slow. I know you said it was kind of hesitant. So.
Yeah, he's trying to do it slow. But you can do your charts. You can do your kicks. You can perform the moves in your kata by using these simple things. And he's doing it without the bricks. But see, his posture stays the same because I trained him on bricks. We used to fight on bricks. We'd stand on bricks and you couldn't get a point until you knocked the other person off. Well, sometimes you'd kick. If you knocked yourself off, I got the point. Okay? So let's go to Nahati now. Instead of Nahati stance. All right? And let's do a forward angle kick with both legs. Forward on angle kick. Using it on the bricks. So notice what he has to do first. He has to bring everything to the center and keep his balance. And then he has to out, back, and then set right back. Okay? So what you have to do is you have to bring everything to your center. So since your center is moving to here, it has to come here. Okay? Then you have to forward on angle kick, back, and then right back down. So a forward on angle kick, it teaches you proper body mechanics, proper movement, and things to that effect, to where you can use these tools to slow it down a little bit, learn the technique, then put your technique to use against an attacker. Okay? For example, now we'll demonstrate the same moves that we did with the kicks. We'll do it in a self-defense situation, and I'll do it slow so you can see it does not change from the applications of the foundation. If your feet ain't right, ain't nothing right, you stand a risk of getting injured in a fight. You could injure yourself. Okay? So we'll go with the heel push kick first. The first one that you saw Hoppy do on the bricks, to where his foot came up and he protruded out and retracted back. Okay? So he's going to throw or something. Maybe he's just going to come crazy at me. Boom, boom, boom. I put my hands up for protection. Okay? Just put my hands up for protection. Here, this all collapses down and this comes up to it. I don't lean back just yet, but I have to collect things first. Boom, here, boom, right into that kick. Just like he did on the bricks. He did on the bricks. Just like he did on the bricks. He has to collect here first and then out. Just like that. It's exactly what I've done. I just did a heel push kick, okay? Maybe he needs to do a knee strike. instead of a heel push kick. It stays the same. It's just a hands are flipped over. So maybe he needs to get in here like this in the self-defense thing. And maybe he comes rushing at me like this. Boom. And I need to do a knee strike. Bam. Bam. See, I can't bring my hands to my knees. I have to bring my knees to my hands because he's in my hands. I'm holding on to him for balance.
Right.
Kick him once for me. That's for Joey. So,
I knew before he said it. I knew it.
So, JoJo, you're going to get your chance Friday night because I'm bringing him down there.
Uh-huh.
And just don't kick him in the water. Well, that might be a good idea. He said, bam. All right, so understanding these tools that you can use, if you don't have cinder blocks, that's fine. You don't have to have them. I'm just using them as an illustration, okay? The forward on angle kick. Let's say he throws this punch, boom, and I get it here, okay? Bam, I'm kicking right there with a forward on angle kick, right to the inside of that leg. Boom, and then now I've got him right to the back of the head if I need it. Okay, so using those tools, all I did was just take this boom in the direction, just like I would on the block, right? And just forward, bam, forward on angle kick. Catch him with another. Boom, catch him with a forearm if I need to. All right? So demonstrate forward on angle kick again. Good. So that's going to the inside the legs with a forward on angle kick. Maybe I need to do a cross kick. You know, maybe I need to go crossways. Now you go to Nahachi stance. And he goes from one brick to the other brick, and he does a cross kick. Back down. Cross kick. Okay. So, off the brick. Let's say he throws a punch or whatever. I don't know. He throws a jab, boom, punch. Okay. Good. Okay. So I'm going to use a cross kick. I just turn with it. Puts me in the stance. Boom. I get him with the cross kick.
Right.
It's just a simple of keeping this in motion. Whoa. If I hit me, boom, a cross kick. Now from here, I've got a lot of stuff that I can do, okay, that can happen using the cross kick, okay? And if I want to face him straight on, and I want to use the cross kick, he comes in at me, boom, I can get him with a cross kick right there. This is a good one that's a little sneaky one. That
I was waiting to get one.
you know, I've seen Joe do this. You know, he'll be sitting in Kumte, and he, bam, boom, and I mean, he'll get you right out the gate.
Back, yeah.
And it hurts. A back cross kick.
I'd say so.
So do it again on the brick so they can see it. Cross kick in your chart 2. Now, Hachi stand. That puts the heel forward. Boom. Okay. All right. Let's go with a T stance. So, let's say he throws a 1-2 this time. 1-2. See how I backed up for a 1-2? And now I've got this kick. Bam! Right into there. All right? T-stance. Here to here. You got this one, or you've got this one. Either one. Okay? Here, you get your turn in your kata, okay? Also, it allows you to, if you want to pull it all the way up, just like Chinto, you can hold it there. And then your kick gets just done. You can retract it, put it right back down. So,
I was nervous. I didn't have my cup on tonight.
you don't have his. lower extremities protector.
Yeah, yes, sir.
So,
Let's
T-stance, front kick, off that.
She said, so brick or
You can use those too.
either one. Either way, I mean, I'm still just,
Yeah,
still not one. It's like your elbow to the rear.
yeah. Right foot back, elbow to the rear, stomp the top of the foot.
Yeah.
And he can throw a front kick off of that or
Yeah.
whatever he needs to do.
This triangle guy, when you go in your direction, you need to really go through.
Yeah.
Now, which way you're
So
going.
in that stance, then he just went, it's called a Sanshin stance. He's just off at an angle just a little bit.
Yeah. Almost
So-
like a chin toe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
almost like a Chinto kata. So
Or like
These
sitting there
things-
center balance.
these tools of being elevated off the floor like that really makes you focus on your posture and your balance. It also realigns your hands so that you don't overreach.
Right.
Because if you do, you'll fall off.
Right.
You got to keep things in that fighting area,
Inside your shoulders.
whether it's top, bottom, side to side. Okay. So what we're going to do is I'm going to ask Hopkins to get on the bricks, set a Seisan stance. We'll go sideways. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to intercept in between the brick, and I'm going to throw a punch to his nose. What this does, he's a taller guy now. So, yeah, so if it teaches him how to fight someone maybe shorter than him. It also teaches me, as a shorter person, where I need to hit on a tall guy, okay? So we're going to do a little picture frame blocking, okay? So the first one is I'm going to punch him in the nose, and he's going to do a head block. Boom. And now see, he didn't raise it way up high, okay? Now see what's open right here is those ribs, and I really want to tear them up, okay? So I'm going to do the 1-2 move. This will be the first one. Boom, this is the second one. Boom. You can kick or when you block straight. 1, 2. Now that leaves him for a good back hit. Boom. That leaves me back to my side block. Right. Okay, so he's going to do the 1-2. And I'm just going to put it together like a 1, 2. Now, see where I got this hook coming? He's going to do a side block. And then elbow to side block. He's vicious. I like the elbow. But let's do the picture. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Now coming to the hook, and then straight across. 3, 4. Okay. And that's him staying stable on the block. So I want 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's your basic 1, 2, 1. My jab. If I do a jab, punch. If I do a hook this way, he's still got his other hand now, he can switch back. See, he can switch back, and all those blocks stay in the picture frame blocking. The idea is to get you beginners to understand this is the, come here, this ugly mug right here is the picture.
Let me show you my best side.
Yeah. This is the picture. So the frame's job is to protect the picture. So go ahead and put your picture frame up. Start working your techniques on things with some tools and things like that. Get registered for a Circle of Masters. Come down there and see us. Have a good time. Enjoy yourself and learn a few things, okay? I had some great seniors like Joe Snyder.
You wouldn't
These
know watching
guys-
me, but these guys right here, him and Joey are.
Oh, that guy right there, man. They can do a takedown on you, I'm telling you. So, you guys stay busy working on your fundamentals, do the things that you need to do, and get you some tools. If you need to get some tools, get outside, get busy training in this stuff, okay? So what we're going to do now is we're going to tighten this thing up. We're going to move those bricks out of the way. We used those illustrations enough. So they got the point across. But I set them up in a triangle heel-toe posture so that your posture and everything's the same. So now we're going to work on a few ins and outs of some self-defense that might be a little bit tighter than the distance fighting that what we're here. So we might get into a situation. Come on in. Let's go to stage 2. We may get into this situation right here where we're that tight now, okay? Awesome. We're going to be training now.
I'll read comments later.
So we're going to be in this situation now. The fighters went from here, and he maybe throw a punch, and now it ended up into here, okay? So we're going to go into this type of situation here in zone 2, okay? So the first thing I want to do is I want to control this center line of him here, okay? So what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to pull down. I'm just going to slip right here with a little pull down here. As this one comes down, this one's going to roll up, okay? It's going to roll up. So you may see a kata that's.
I'm hoping to go roll down, but it doesn't roll up.
Okay. So we're here, and boom, that's what we're hitting. Just down and up. This comes down to the head here as this comes up here. What that does is allows me to clamp into here. And now I've got this. Okay? Just a real quick roll. You know, that's a shot. That's a shot, and I'm doing it really controlled. And I'll show you where we'll get here, so I can show you. I'm hitting here, and I'm using open hands on this one. But I was using forearm here, and that's a shot there. And then here, right across the face. And then I just roll it into this, okay? So that may be found in one of your katas, maybe. Especially beginners. It may be found in a couple of your katas, actually, Chinto, Su and Su, and things like that. Make sure you tell folks to hook their elbow crease for secure lock. Absolutely. When you lock that thing, make sure that you really get into that elbow crease when you do that, okay?
They got to demonstrate now.
I'm not gonna knock his eyeballs crooked anyway. All right, let's go to another one. Let's go to a move here to where, yes, we're just here like a clink, like they might be trying to control me or turn me or whatever. Okay, so what I'm gonna do on this one is I'm actually gonna turn, and this hand's gonna slide right by that temple to where the forearm connects as an upward. Let's do this side so they can see. As an upward, I'm catching right on the bridge of that nose at a 45 here, and all I'm gonna do is, when I do that, I'm going to put the pressure here, but I'm going to turn to that side, boom, into there. And it didn't look like much, but ask me, okay? Here to here is turning the head at that 45, clamping on this, really good. As I turn, this forearm strike goes to the liver, boom. And it should look like Kusanku. Okay, it should look like Molikatas.
It definitely felt like Kusanku.
Okay, his forearms, these forearms are really tight, getting a turn. What can happen here is when I get him here, and I get this here, I get this here, that allows me for a couple of opportunities. Now I can continue to ride with my side block that's in the kata. It's coming right up underneath the arm here when I get this side block. Right up underneath the arm. I just push the elbow down and I pump handle this thing. Okay? That's all I do is pump handle. Now I just turn and just rake the arm over. So you can do a few things, just giving you some ideas that you can build off of, okay? Another one in this situation is you may see some kameis. With the kamei, I want to pull this shoulder down and push that one up. And that gives me the turn. Right? Now I can clean this clock here and get him in this naked choke. And here's the clinch that Joey's talking about. And I want to push this at a 45. Okay? And you almost got to flip off there, Joe.
He's a sweet guy.
But when you're doing that choke, a lot of people want to pull back on it.
Right.
And you don't have to. Take his glasses off. I don't want to break. Too expensive. He said, very nice. So pull down on one, push up on the other. That gives me the turn. This gives me the strike. That's the knockout blow. Hit here. Okay. Once I pull this up and clinch into this arm, notice that head is facing this way. I don't want to pull straight back. I just want to push this at a 45. Just like that. You okay?
Mhm.
And that's a bad little move right there.
Thanks again, Joey. No, just kidding.
And he wanted to see
No, just kidding.
the clinch in there. So
Good stuff.
just understanding some basic stuff. You're going to see stuff like this, probably better at the Circle of Masters, but I just wanted to give you some real deal close-in stuff. That's from Zone 2.
Right.
Okay? And Joe said, happy to help.
I love it, guys. You could ask for better bunch of guys to train with, though, guys.
So a stack from a clinch position. Let's go to a stack. Remember we did the T-stance. I want to include that stance too because we included all the others. So we're in this position. A stack is like an ice pick strike right here. You can hit here. Anywhere back here is going to hurt, okay? But when I stack, the idea is to hit here. See what that does to his head? So when I pull that back, I want it to end up about right here. Okay, so when I do this, boom, I want it to about right there. Now all I got to do is push down, push and pull.
I don't think I got to do that first
The end
move.
of Sei Sankata, just push and pull. But that ice pick strike to the back base of that neck
That's all you need.
is a heck of a strike, and you're pulling back to
So
it too.
freaking
And then you just
Yeah.
come into that. So anyway, guys, that's gonna be enough for this evening. I had a good time,
Good stuff.
and I like putting on Brian's makeup so he'll look good for Joey. So if he's bruised up or whatever. So, but I wanted to bring you guys some good Isshinryu self-defense, but work on those fundamentals. That's where it's at, guys. That's what's going to save your life.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's what it's about, guys.
And I thank you for tuning in this evening.
I'm telling you.
Me and Hoppy.
Keep tuning in, man. I'm telling you what, this guy right here got an infinity of knowledge, man. I mean, it's just, he's unbelievable, really.
But love you guys. I hope you enjoy. Work that picture frame blocking. Keep it inside. Don't go way up over your head. Don't go way out here.
Everything inside your
You
shoulders.
just need to go where your head ain't.
Yeah. Don't
You just need to
overstand
go-
in any direction.
You know.
It's
And,
going to keep you in that center triangle.
so
Balance.
we won't be next weekend. We have a guest coming on for an interview. That'd be
Right.
Grandmaster Jesse Bowen from the AMAA. He's going to be coming on and going to be talking about some books and some book signings and things like that. And we're excited to have him on the program on Isshinryu today. Talked to him today, and we'll set up that for next Wednesday. Hopefully this weekend I'll be able to work with my brothers, Joey and Neil and, Dave. And
Been a while
And-
since him, guys.
man, I'm telling you, I
Too long.
cannot
Too damn
wait.
long. I'm telling you.
But I always learn something a
Absolutely.
bunch from these guys, and
Absolutely.
they're always willing to teach me. It hurts, but I'm willing to learn.
Right.
But listen, I want to pick up some new things. I may even record a few things
Right.
that I may watch for myself,
Yeah,
and then
absolutely.
maybe learn it so I
Yeah.
can teach it on here. So,
Absolutely.
and then Neil's going to be there, and he's a historic nut. If you don't
Yeah,
ask
absolutely.
questions, that's your own fault.
Yeah.
So, guys, look, it's going to be a great weekend. We're going to be busy this weekend. I hope you enjoyed the program this evening. We'll see you right back here on Isshinryu today, next
Bye, guys.
Wednesday. Kiatsu. Right? All right.
See you guys.
See you.